Alright,
Y'all ready
everybody.
for
Gonna
this?
let Hope go on with their song because sometimes when we talk over each other, it gets really intense.
I wasn't talking. I was making dumb noises.
You're noising over me. But either way, the overlap sometimes with us can be particularly intense. I don't know what it is, because me and Connor would talk over each other all the time too. But something about me and you talking over each other, like when I listen to it back, sometimes it sounds extreme.
Extreme.
We're just like, man, this is a cacophony all of a sudden, even though it's just two of us.
Big word.
I say cacophony all the time, and like every time it's like, oh, big word, because Victor's dumb. Oh yeah, he's retarded. He can't say words like cacophony.
That's a meme.
All right. I'll deal with this woman and her shenanigans. Anyways, I wanted to kind of continue to elaborate on the topic from last episode, which was not doing it for the money.
Not shilling.
Because, like, you know, I really admire that, you know, it's been brought to my attention lately with, you know, through the defunct land shit initially, and then, like, I've kind of, it's weird when, like, sometimes I feel like something is trying to send me a message when I see the same message in multiple places. And, like, so I saw the Walt Disney thing with, you know, you gotta make the money. You know, you're making money so that you can make more art. And I was like, I kind of feel like this is a time where I needed to hear that, because I've been so concerned with money lately. And, like, you know, for, like, the past year, because I've been so fucking broke that, like, I'm mostly thinking about money most of the time. And so it was interesting to see that and just be like, you know, yeah, I need to kind of reassess why I'm doing what I do. Because, like, lately it's just been about, I need to make money, I'm dying. And not, like, any end goal for what I want to do with that money when I'm done making it, you know?
Right.
And so, that's sort of why lately, like, I've gotten to this point where, right now, guys, I am working on more projects, like, actually working on more projects than I've ever been working on at once in my entire life. Probably the number of projects I'm working on right now is probably more than all of what I did last year. Like, I'm working on so much shit. I'm working on actively shooting 2 documentaries. What else am I doing? I'm doing a bunch of shit. I just shot a free Kickstarter video, and we just shot a free testimonial, and like I'm doing more work than I've ever done because I'm doing a lot of work without pay.
Right.
But that kind of comes into play with the, you know, you're making money so that you can do your art, which is what I'm doing right now, because I made a whole ton of money in October. Like, I made enough that I could not work in November and still pay rent and everything. And then, like, get money for December. So, I'm at a perfect opportunity right now where I can do free work and not be totally fucked. So, like, it's nice to be able to try to do as much of that as I can, because that work will lead to better work. You can never do something for free and it doesn't lead to a better opportunity, or it doesn't progress your career, unless you're doing something for free that you don't want to do, like, and then you shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, if I went and worked on a big film as a driver and I did it for free, what the fuck did I get out of that? I got nothing out of that. But if I'm shooting a documentary, a feature-length documentary, and I'm doing it for free, like, I'm getting something out of it in the long run, because I will have shot a big film, you know?
Right.
Doesn't matter if I'm getting paid or not. And that's something I didn't really understand in college much, because people would tell you, don't do things for free, don't do things for free. And then, like, that's a lie. You gotta get woke to that shit. You have to do a ton of shit for free to get good enough to be doing things for pay, you know? You're not good enough until you get enough experience. I think I can, like, ride that dude around one of these walls or something. Maybe it was in the last room. Anyways, yeah. So I've had this opportunity to do a bunch of free work, and I'm having a blast with it. And I'm doing more work, because what matters at the end of the day is that I'm working more. That's what matters the most, is that I get more things in my portfolio to be a better artist and to progress my skills further. But you can't do that if you're sitting around doing nothing. It's more worthwhile to do something without getting paid than to sit around doing nothing, you know? But yeah, it all comes full circle. It all comes, that's right, I wanted to get up there. How do I get up there? I gotta get on one of these dudes. Anyways, you got nothing to say about that?
I don't work for free in my field, so...
Anyways.
And
I've also been spending a bit on film gear and stuff, because it's, you know, I need that to do better at the free work to make more money. Like, if you can't take free work and then half-ass it, because then you're not showing the best of your skills, you know?
Right.
So I was like, alright, even though I'm doing this thing for free for now, which, you know, might become not free anymore, if it, you know, if I do a good job, we'll be able to sell this movie to Netflix, and then it won't have been for free, it will have been for a bunch of money. But for now, it's like, well, I'd rather buy this thing that lets me do the job better than have a half-assed product that doesn't get me anywhere. But anyways, I encourage any of you film boys out there, just do a bunch of shit for free, man. If you're at if you're at a level where you're not getting offered paid gigs, you haven't done enough free gigs. Suck it up. Don't be a dumbass like I've been for, you know, because I could have done way more free work in college had I put myself out there and offered it that I haven't done now, you know, even though I would have had a much better opportunity to do it when I didn't have to pay all these fucking bills. So now it's like I have to balance trying to do things for free and also paying the bills, which at this point it's like I can't take on any more projects for free with that, or I'd be wasting too much time not making enough money, you know?
Yes.
I have to strike a delicate balance. I'm not saying I'm just fucking sitting around doing nothing and making no money. I'm still making the money, boys. Just doing enough free projects in between to keep myself situated, or keep myself moving. And also pave the path for more money in the future.
That's right.
I just wanted to share that thought. I'm trying to adopt that Disney philosophy. Because if I didn't have to, like, fucking whore myself out all the time to fucking pay rent, like, what would I be doing? I'd probably be investing my money into big projects and stuff and, like, not really caring about how much it cost. Ugh. You gotta operate under the mentality that, you know, you're gonna get there. Ugh. I'm rambling now because I'm doing a boss and I'm incoherent, and you didn't have any backup things to say. So, moving on to the next topic.
I don't have any experience in working for free.
Move it on.
That's not how my job works.
I know. It's how art works. It's like if you're an artist and you aren't any good and you've never done anything professional, and then you want to get hired to do art. It's like, why? Why would they hire you? It's like if you're an animator and you want to work for Pixar, and all you've done is your student projects. Like, why would they hire you? You haven't fucking done anything. You have to prove yourself first.
Gotta build a portfolio.
Yeah,
kids.
you gotta build that portfolio. You gotta show that you the best. Even though you might think it. You might be like, oh, I know in my head that I can shoot decently. But you can't. You suck. Everyone sucks. Or you gotta make the investment, you know? If you feel like what's holding you back is equipment, I don't know, man. You might have to bite the bullet and max out a credit card. And you might be able to pay that shit off.
Buy it for you.
You don't have a dad who will buy it for you. You gotta max out a credit card. I'm pretty sure that's what my buddy Sergio did. And he's doing real well now. He's progressing really fast. Because he was already in student debt. I'm pretty sure he just decided to buy a bunch of shit on credit and pay it off over time. But now he's getting those gigs. He's making that paper. Because he fucking bought the, you know, he got the equipment. And sometimes, like, there is a certain... You can make the argument that you can get by not having professional... Oh, you can shoot on whatever the fuck and get by, but it's like, yeah, but at a certain level, you know, you're not going to get the real professional stuff unless you have the professional equipment. Ugh.
Just gotta do it.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It depends on what you're going for, you know? if you're trying to be a just narrative filmmaker, then yeah, you should be getting the cheapest camera possible and writing amazing stories and directing it really well and doing festivals until someone goes, hey, I bet this guy could do something way better if he had a better camera. But if you're doing shit like what I'm doing and just doing fucking trying to do local commercial work on your own for cheap because your community has no fucking money and you're not going for the narrative film thing, you're not gonna waste your time working a fucking full-time job somewhere else. Like, if you want to be an indie filmmaker, the route is probably have a full-time job doing something you hate so that you can get enough money, like, to fund your shitty film. You need to put more money into your shitty film than the equipment. Like, more into the production of it, more into getting good actors than into getting good gear, because you can make kind of anything look okay, you know? What matters is that you're a good storyteller. But if you want to be a full-time filmmaker and actually, like, make a living doing it, then you kind of have to have a professional standard, which kind of comes in the form of gear, because, like, you can't shoot a pro commercial on a fucking Canon T2i. It's bullshit. You can't do it. You gotta have some tech. Maybe you can start doing weddings, you know, start off doing weddings, work your way up to the big gear. That might be the way to go, you know, you gotta fucking network yourself. Guys, you gotta be emailing the fuck out of people. That's the biggest thing. Something I don't do enough. But if you're trying to just be a pro boy, no one's gonna come to you with jobs. You gotta come to them. Like this, we just shot this, a testimonial for free for this lawyer place, whatever they're called, law firm, and it's like, that's because my buddy Steven, you know, my partner in business, just sent out a bunch of emails saying, hey, we want to do work, and, you know, these are, out of probably like 30 emails, this was the one person who responded, and we shot them a free video to prove our worth, you know. But now they saw that and said, whoa, these guys have amazing quality, we're gonna give them more videos, you know? You gotta prove yourself first. Hwah, hwah. Anyways, you have any topics? I don't want to keep rambling about this.
Well, on the, I had an attachment to the topic of defunct land.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Because when I was spending
you had
all that
a dramatic
time,
pause and it was funny.
I was just waiting for you to give a response.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah?
When I was spending all that time reading that AMA about the guy who was a skipper on the Jaws ride, he posted a bunch of pictures, including pictures of, like, the different animatronic sharks and the lagoon that the attraction was in when it was drained and when they were doing maintenance and stuff. And for me personally, I had always felt like the mechanical sharks, even though they were obviously mechanical and on a track, were kind of creepy.
Yeah.
And I thought about how terrifying it would be to fall off the boat and into the water with those sharks, even though they're on a track and they're mechanical. They're not going to go off the track.
Yeah.
Something about it is still inherently super creepy and, like,
because
terrifying.
they're lifeless and evil.
And so I was like, it's just super unnerving. And I was thinking about it, and, like, someone had said the same thing in the AMA, where it's like, they were like, I would be terrified to get in the water with animatronic sharks, even though, you know, it's not like they can change anything, but you could still, like, get caught in the gears. And, and there's just something about it being a animatronic shark. It's under the water. You can't see it that well because the water's super murky.
And, like, no one can control it, you know. It's on, like, if you got caught in one of those gears, there's no stopping that. You're dead.
Well, they do have a emergency shut-off switch.
Yeah, but, like, how... could they do
like
it
immediate.
fast enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as someone falls off the boat, or if anyone gets rowdy, they hit the button and everything stops.
Nice.
Because they have had people fall in the water.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, and when someone had mentioned that they had that same kind of, like, kind of creepy feeling about the sharks being animatronic and being submerged in the water, someone mentioned that there was actually a board of things like that, and there's a board on Reddit called Submechanophobia.
Submechanophobia.
And it's for people who have a fear of machinery underwater.
I see.
And it's really interesting because I went to this subreddit, and it's pictures of, like, really large watercraft with like the propellers that are super huge and they're underwater, and it's like people taking pictures of these propellers and people like freaking out because it makes them super uncomfortable.
I was always afraid of like jet skis and stuff when I was a kid because like I don't know who told me. I think it was like my parents or something told me the story of like a girl who had fucking like fallen off a jet ski and got her like hair and face tangled up and was murdered by the the spinning.
Okay, well I've heard a similar
thing
story
of the jet ski.
about centrifuges, so I think that might be
where it's like
folklore.
And it's like that scared the fuck out of me as a kid. And so I've always kind of been afraid of like those boats with like the fucking the spinnies. The engine,
propellers do bother you.
Yeah. Because it's like you could just get murdered by them.
Because I had heard a similar story in tech school when they were warning us to always wear our hair back when we were working, about a girl who got her hair caught in the centrifuge and it like basically scalped her and she died.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really true, but it was
similar
that I was told.
with all the theater tech stuff I've done, where like they have some stories of like. So those are like actual circular saws and shit. So it's like no shit. You need to be careful with those.
But it wasn't just that. It was like the propellers were a big one. But then it was also like shipwrecks and like submarines and all sorts of just like any kind of machinery that's under the water. Yeah. And people were having like a genuine like unnerved reaction to it. I thought that was really interesting. That like the machinery underwater doesn't bother me. Don't care. It's just the fact that it's an animatronic shark. Yes. And that like I don't know, it just bothers me. I wouldn't want to be in the water with it, man. Not at all.
It's that Rage Against the Machine shit. Ugh. Got that, boy. I'm looking for the other moon. Like I know there's one in one of these houses somewhere.
House.
I'm not sure where it is. I don't remember. I think I got it last time I played. But just watch these and see if it's like tucked in the bottom or something. It's probably on like one of the first ones.
I haven't seen anything just yet. Alright.
Anyways, cool shit. I'm glad you're getting into Reddit, bro. Are you a Redditor now?
I only made an account to buy a concert ticket from a guy.
Nice.
That's what I did.
I think I have a Reddit account. I don't know. I've never really used it.
But yeah, Reddit's pretty cool. There's a lot of interesting oh yeah. Speaking of, I don't remember who it was that made that comment about the Reddit for foreskin restoration.
Oh no!
On our Fortnite
I didn't get to look at it yet. You gotta tell me about it.
It's so weird.
What
it's
is
so
up
crazy.
with that?
So, it's kind of in depth. There's like a whole science to it that they've developed, where it's kind of like a coverage index that they've made from like 1 to 8. And like 1 being like there's basically like no foreskin, no coverage, 8 being like super long foreskin.
Whoa.
And so the method that they use.
So phimosis Cox. Yes.
So the method that they use is like literally people who are circumcised will start this regimen where I guess they take whatever little bit of skin is left over from the circumcision and they will do tugging sessions on it.
What? They just pull on it until it's long?
So wait.
That doesn't sound scientific at all.
No, here's what happens. So what I read was there's a method that they try where they do almost like circuit training, where they do like 10 seconds to a minute of tugging once an hour every day, like all day. You have to do this like all day, and then over months.
You gotta tug on your penis all day.
Over months, the skin is supposed to become like longer and longer and like
wow.
make a new foreskin.
God.
And then there's also like bands that they can put on their dick to like hold their foreskin in place to like make it try to like stay and stretch it out.
Jesus Christ.
And so they just have all these like C1 through C8 classifications.
Oh, there it is.
of how far this person has gotten with their foreskin restoration, and it's just like the support group for these people. It's so interesting. Like
Sounds
the methods
pretty,
they come up with.
pretty sick.
And I was
Pretty
like, oh my
wacky.
god, this is intense.
Ah, haha.
Oh, well.
Hey, there he is. I'm a
Dang.
dumbass. I'm sitting here thinking it's in those, and it's just like right there, the most obvious spot.
That was very interesting. Thank you for
They just,
suggesting that Reddit.
Tug on your fucking
Very
foreskin,
interesting
bro.
stuff.
They just fucking yank
So
your chain.
there are guys that do feel like they have been wrong.
I feel like it's not gonna be the same though, you know. Then you're just gonna have like a really long, loose dick skin. Like that's not the same as like a foreskin.
I guess that's not how it. I don't
Because
know.
the foreskin, like it loops under, like it goes and then it kind of loops under, and it's like it's a thick thing. Like it's not just like a continuous skin that like ends, you know. Like it loops back and then it connects with the head, like on the bottom. It doesn't just like fall off.
I think
like
these guys are really just working with what they got.
Yeah,
Victor.
I mean, but it seems like it might suck even more than like normal foreskin or like having a bare dick. Like you just gotta accept that you're fucked, man. Like,
I don't know.
but at that point, what are you getting? You already are mutilated. You're not really getting anything back. Well, I guess it might protect the head a little bit from the...
Yeah,
like
I did read some people who said it helped with sensitivity.
Yeah.
So maybe it works. I don't know.
That's one of the claims.
It's very interesting. Very interesting stuff.
Phimosis cock.
Yes.
Monkey's best catchphrase. Talking about Conrad's disgusting phimosis cock. Guys, there's so many fucking moons in this game. See, when I was first playing this game, like, my initial, like, complaint was, like, that it felt like there was no impact to finding a moon, and it's because at that point I hadn't hit the map, hit list, and saw that there were, let's see, how many were there exactly in this one? 69 moons?
69.
And then when you get to the end of the game and you unlock like 25 more moons in this level, it's like, okay, yeah. If it started you back at the beginning every time you got a moon, you'd be here all fucking day. Is it though, or is it oh.
Yeah.
Are they all 3 moons? Oh, I've never grown the seeds here all the way.
Nice.
I thought you had to get all 3 to get a moon, but I guess it's 3 moons. Oh my fucking god, dude. So this is probably like some of the last 3 moons I need on my other playthrough. Guys, I've gotten 40 moons right now. 40. You don't need very many to beat the game.
You need like, yeah, I was gonna say.
You need 250 to unlock the first secret level, and then you need 500 to unlock the second secret level. So when I beat the game initially, I already had like almost 250 stars. So I like immediately got to go to the secret level, which is just like a boss rush. I don't know what the second one is yet. I know it's because the secret one is the dark side of the moon, and then the second one is the darker side of the moon. So I know that's what it is, but I don't know what's there. 40 moons. Trying to remember all the ones that I know how to get already, so that we can just kind of get those out of the way.
There's one over there.
I have gotten 40. No, that's clear. I already got that one.
Oh, that is? Okay.
Yeah. There are a lot of moons to get. I know a lot of them, though, that come after the next part. Like the unlock ones you get. Okay, I know a couple more. There's a few more here I can get. Anyways.
Yeah.
What are we talking? Oh yeah, we're talking about Phimosis cocks.
Right.
Yeah.
As we always are.
Oh. I knew this guy was here later. I didn't know he was here yet, like, already now. I hate this guy. This guy looks like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, this is
Like,
a
he looks like a
pretty
total
ugly
fucking
character.
douche. He's basically the worst character in this game.
He's pretty bad.
Anyways, he helps me get, this. Wow, great job, dude. You had one specific purpose in this area. I don't think he can glide over to that stuff.
Really? Damn. What's he good for then?
He only falls. Like, he
Yeah,
can't get
he
there
doesn't
fast enough.
Go up. He's not an ups boy.
Yeah, he's not a good up boy. He's a stupid face.
That is the noise this creature makes. Yep.
Oh man, we watched Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Oh god, such a good movie.
What a blast.
So good. Yeah, I was telling my mom about that today.
About how I am Ace Ventura, and that's
are
my
Ace
entire
Ventura.
life. My entire personality is shaped by the fact that I watched all those movies as a kid.
My mom does not agree that
Really?
When Nature Calls is the superior Ace Ventura movie.
She can get the fuck out of here with
I was
that.
like,
I kind of
you're
like.
dumb.
I remember having watched, like, tried to watch both of them more recently, and thinking that one was kind of like. I don't think I watched the whole thing, but I remember thinking it was just kind of stupider, which is very true.
It's true, but it's funnier.
Retarded. Yes, but it's way funnier. Like, they stopped giving a fuck completely and just went full on. How many jokes per minute can we do?
Exactly.
Like, that is the goal. How many jokes can we cram into this?
JPM.
Like, Ace Ventura, the character, loses any sense of humanity and dignity. It just becomes this fucking
He is a meme
monster.
boy.
They're like, let's make the most quotable movie of all time and see how many memes per minute we can fit into this shit. And it's magnificent.
I love it.
It's definitely like,
the best.
I'm glad they never made a third movie, because this was definitely like, let's do the like let's push this character to the limit of what he can do and still be funny.
Right.
Like, if they can't do that character anymore and have it still be funny, it's over.
It's done.
They put him in a situation that really pushed him to the limit of like what his character would do, and then they capitalized on that completely and like just blew it out of the park. It was a blast.
I love it. It's the best.
It definitely holds
Maybe
up.
one of the best movies humanity has ever made.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, you still haven't seen Dumb and Dumber, have you?
I have seen Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, I thought you hadn't.
No, I said I hadn't seen it as much.
Oh, you just didn't watch
Damn,
it as
I can't
much.
get that far.
That was the other movie I watched a billion fucking times as a kid.
Yes, I am aware. Yes.
I wonder if it's still.
I've just only seen it like once or twice, I
still
think.
funny.
Yeah, I'm sure it's still funny. I'm sure it's
We
good.
should watch it.
Let's watch it. We can
Watch
do it.
Dumb and
Let's watch it
Dumber.
right now. Fuck this game.
All right, get out of here! Get out of here!
Nah, we're playing the Odyssey. We're doing it.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. Now we can get over here.
But we were talking about also, When Nature Calls is a movie that could not exist in today's social climate.
Oh yeah, it's too racist.
It's got too much indigenous African
Yes.
African people.
African Americans.
I almost said African Americans
Wow.
out of habit.
Yes, it makes fun of
African-Americans.
African culture too much, and it would not fly in these days.
No, people would lose their minds.
They would lose their shit. All of the people who loved the movie when they were kids would see it now and be like, "Oh my god,
That's
I'm a racist." Not just that it is racist, that they are racist because they liked it as a kid and then they killed themselves,
Yes.
hopefully.
Oh, okay. Ace Ventura, the #1 cause of
Millennial
shitty
suicides?
millennial
Yes.
suicide.
All right.
You gonna do the rail
yeah,
tracer?
you gotta walk in a circle.
The rail tracer.
Sounds fun to me, bro. Let's do it.
Trace some rail.
Mario Odyssey, a game where you walk in a circle.
Hell fucking yeah.
One of the more challenging moons in the game.
I think you got it this time. Yeah, I think you did pretty
I've
good.
done it a few times now. Ah,
Okay,
damn it,
well,
I
you
cut
went
it
a little
too-
wide, but.
Cut it to,
Oh, you got
Ah,
exactly.
exactly 80. That's nice. Cool. Sick, dude. Give me that fucking moon, you bitch! Give it to me! Ah, yes, I've got so many moons! I got 45 moons! Fuck it! Fuck it all!
And then you kill yourself.
Yes, and then I kill myself. Isn't that how the world works?
Yeah.
You get mini moons and then you kill yourself.
Sounds right to me.
I just remembered a couple more moons, man. We're just gonna get tons of moons because I don't want this Let's Play to be ridiculously short. If I just got the required moons, this would be like 9 episodes at most.
That is true.
So I'm gonna ham it out. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna get a fuckload of moons, boys. Maybe you guys playing along. Maybe you're gonna see some moons that you didn't know about. Maybe you haven't replayed the game yet. You haven't gotten 500 moons. You just you don't know where all the moons are yet. And I'm gonna fucking spoil them all, bitch. I'm gonna show you all the moons in the game, and then you won't have to play it.
We'll save you $60, right?
Yeah, we'll save you $60.
Don't worry about it.
Can't afford Mario Odyssey? That's okay. That's why you gave me $5, and then a bunch of other people gave me $5, and a couple guys gave me $50, and now we've got Mario Odyssey, motherfuckers. I'm saving you the Nintendo Switch experience.
We play the game, so you don't have to.
Even though I'm probably breaking some people into wanting to buy a Nintendo Switch, and for that I'm sorry. Switch!
Break his car.
Fucking car, bitch. Fuck your fucking car, motherfucker. I hate it. Fuck you. Bitch.
Fuck automobiles.
Bitch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Flower boy. Anyways, what do we got more topics? What's going on? How's it going? I've got more topics, but
whoa, Victor has
Victor,
topics.
you know, Victor does a lot of talking.
All right, Victor, I actually have a biggest problem in the universe.
Oh, really?
Biggest problem in the universe, Victor, is disappointing beverages.
Oh, God. Yup.
I have a very specific disappointing beverage I would like to call out. Which is this weekend was a rough weekend at work. We were fucking super slammed and short staffed, and so everyone was hauling ass. And I got off of work at 10:30, 11, whatever the case was at night, and I was trying to get home, and I hadn't had my water bottle that day, so I was dehydrated as fuck, super thirsty.
Desperate.
So I stopped off at the 7-Eleven. I thought, well, maybe I'll get myself a nice little beverage. I deserve it after
you were parched.
The day I had
You were
today.
quite parched.
I was very parched. So
very parched,
I was perusing.
Guys. Very parched.
I was perusing the fine beverages
Taking a gander.
At the, I almost said the Walmart, at the 7-Eleven.
At the Wally World, guys.
Yes.
At the Wally World.
And, I found a beverage called watermelon water.
It's not called watermelon water. It's called something more frustrating, guys.
It's WTRMLNWTR.
The may as well have just named it cancer. Oh, but without the vowels. So,
Cancer without the vowels.
CNR.
Concur.
CNCR, yes, concur.
So, yeah, this drink called Concur. And Concur is marketed as being literally just the juice and the flesh of the watermelon rind, and then some lemon. And to me, being super fucking thirsty, that sounded amazing.
It sounded wonderful, guys.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally fucking on board with this. It's like, it's all the benefits of water, but I also get to taste a watermelon and a little bit of lemon. What's not great about this? This is gonna be awesome. So I grab myself a Concur, and I get a Mountain Dew for Victor, because sometimes I'm nice and not a horrible girlfriend.
She's the best. I love her.
And I go up to the register, and the nice little Asian lady checks me out. And upon checkout, I realize that the watermelon, or the Concur, is actually $3.99. $4
for
this fucking beverage. But at this point, I'm tired. I just want to get home. I'm thirsty as fuck. I just want to drink this fucking drink and get out of here. So,
no, how was I too slow?
You were close. And I didn't want to, I was like, whatever, fine, fuck it. So I buy this stupid $4 Concur. So I
love it.
I get in my car, and I'm so thirsty, I don't even want to wait until I get home to drink the Concur. So, I look at the Concur.
The Concur.
And the top of the bottle says, "Shake it like you mean it." Now, when you hear a phrase like "shake it like you mean it," that means vigorous shaking. Does it not? Is that what that means to you?
It means shake the fuck out of it. Shake it like you're jacking your dick, man.
Shake the
like you're
shit
fucking
out of this beverage. Like
jacking it hard.
Like
you
you're
just saw
jacking a
the
dick.
sweetest tits you've seen in your life, and you're just fucking spanking it, man. Spanking it.
Yeah. So you're just. I'm just you just jacking this
Hamming
concur
it, jacking
bottle,
it. God,
you know?
she's fucking spanking it, boys. Jacking it.
Because when you pick up the bottle out of the refrigerator, the liquid inside is clear and it's got the pink particles on the bottom of the watermelon flesh. So you're like, yeah, alright.
Just like your cum after you've been spanking it for 7 hours straight and you're just dry heaving at that point.
Is that blood?
Just heaving out, a little clear liquid with specks of blood from your raw cock. Getting into some Lovecraftian
This doesn't
movie
sound
shit
very
here.
fun at all.
Guys,
anyway.
I am going so fucking ham with these stars. Continue.
So yeah, I just jacked the shit out of that
Oh
concur.
god, she's jacking. Jacking
I go
hard.
fucking ham. So now I'm done jacking the concur. I'm ready to fucking open this bitch up and take a refreshing ass sip
A long
of some
fucking
watermelon
draw.
lemon beverage. I'm fucking hype. I'm in my car. I crack the lid. It does the little tsk, and I do the little twist, and fucking watermelon lemon monstrosity starts shooting out all over me and my hands and my pants, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I immediately just seal that shit real fast, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck just happened? This beverage told me to shake it like I mean it. And then when I shook it like I mean it, it fucking carbonated, vomited all over me in my car.
Carb vomit.
So I'm just like, God, fine, whatever. So I'm thirsty as shit, but clearly I can't open my beverage because it's in the middle of just having emesis across my entire goddamn car. Emesis is the medical word for vomiting. You didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
What do you know? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
You learned something during my dumb story about concurred fucking watermelon beverage.
Hope learned us.
I sure did. Welcome to Professor Hope's College of Learning Dumb Things That Don't Matter. Digi learned.
I did it. I sexed the female Goomba. And she gave me a moon. I sexed her good. Yeah,
and then you broke her
bitch.
fucking heart.
Hell yeah, fuck her. I hate her. Bitch.
She's Carmen Sandiego. Anyway.
Got so many fucking moons, guys. I got so many moons.
So,
see the Game Grumps get this many fucking moons.
I proceed to very, very disheartedly drive home. Throughout the drive home, I intermittently check the concur to see if it is now safe to open and drink. And every fucking 5 minutes when I'm at a stoplight, I gently do a little twist on the concur, and it immediately starts psst, and trying to shoot its fucking evil liquid all over me. And I'm just like, fine,
faggy
whatever,
juices.
whatever. So finally, the concur calms down enough as I'm like almost home that I can finally open this bitch up. I've lost probably like a good 3 or 4 ounces of liquid, but that's okay, because I'm really thirsty. So I open the concur, and I'm like, all right, I gotta savor this shit. So I open it, I take a sniff, I take a nice whiff of the concur.
How's it smell?
I whiff the concur, and it smells like the devil's anus. I am like, this is the worst smelling beverage I think I've ever tried. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe the smell is deceptive.
It's healthy, yeah. That's
Maybe
what health
it's
smells
just
like.
the rind smell, you know?
Health smells
it's
like
just
actual
the smell
poop.
of the rind.
Yeah.
It's the churl of the burl, whatever.
The curl of the burl.
There you go.
It's just the curl of the burl. That's just the way of the world.
Oh god, you
It's
launched
the
it.
curl of the burl.
But yeah. So I'm like, whatever. I'm so fucking thirsty. I don't give a shit. So I tip it back. I take a nice big ol' swig of the concur. It tastes like shit. It tastes like bitter, horrible ass, like you're just eating the rind of the watermelon and nothing else. And it's like old.
Like if you didn't wipe your ass.
Yes.
And then a day later, you shaved off like the bits of poop around your asshole,
right? That
are residual poop, and the hairs that come along with it. Cause I have a hairy ass. Yeah, the dingleberries with the hairs.
Right.
It's like you consumed hairy dingleberries.
But you also put it on the rind of a watermelon.
Yes, but watermelon.
That's what it tasted like.
You took water,
Now,
you took watermelon, and dingleberries.
The initial sip, maybe I was like, well, you know, maybe it just tastes bad because I shook it up a whole bunch. You know, maybe that's the problem. So I let it settle for another minute, and I'm so thirsty that I take a couple more swigs. And I'm like, no. As soon as I continue to drink it, I continue to like wince as I drink it because it tastes so bad. And then my stomach kind of starts to hurt. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm done drinking the Concur.
I've drank literal poison.
So I stopped drinking the Concur. And I get home, and I come in the door, and I have the Concur in my hand. And I go, Victor, come here, smell this. And I open the Concur. And I hand it to Victor, and he looks at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just smell it, just drink, just smell this drink." And you smelled the drink, Victor. And what was it like?
It smelled fucking horrible. It smelled like ass.
Exactly.
It smelled like death. It smelled like roadkill is what it smelled like.
Yes, you did
it
say
was
that.
Bad.
You did say it smelled like roadkill.
It smelled like roadkill.
And then I was like, "Well, okay, Victor, take a sip." Take a sip of the Concur.
Oh my god.
And you did. And what was that like?
It was fucking awful. It was the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
It was.
This is from a guy who I try like every drink.
You drink every flavor of Game Fuel that's ever come out.
I drink all the Game Fuels. I drink all kinds of drinks. I'm obsessed with drinks.
Yes.
It's all I fucking do. It's all I care about is drinks.
It's true.
And this was the worst drink I've ever tried.
Yes.
It was fucking gross. I would rather drink the fucking Perriers that you drink all the time.
I like the Perriers
God,
are
I
an
hate
acquired
those.
taste of an adult. All right.
Right.
That's an adult taste. Perriers.
Hope is someone who
Strawberry,
drinks Perriers.
watermelon,
and this was
grapefruit,
gross.
Perriers. It's good. Anyway.
It's disgusting.
No, it's not. Anyway. So, this drink is literally so bad that I leaned over and I opened up the Mountain Dew I bought Victor and I chugged like a couple good swigs.
Hope does
I
not
don't
drink
like
Dew.
Mountain Dew. I don't drink Mountain
never
Dew.
saw this before. Cool.
Oh, neat. But I drank Mountain Dew that night and I liked it.
Oh yeah.
That's how fucking bad
She chugged that
Concur
shit.
was, okay? So that being said, stay away from the Concur, guys. Disappointing fucking beverages.
Anything titled WTR as a replacement for water should be a giant red flag.
I was weak, okay?
Not saying that you're at fault here. I'm not victim blaming. Just saying. It's garbage.
It was horrible. The worst.
All right, what's our time at? That's probably it for this episode, right? Good rant.
I don't know. Let's see.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
Oh my god, 42 minutes.
I'm proud of you for that rant. God damn, that was long.
Thanks for listening to me talk about
long.
watermelon water for probably like 20 minutes.
And watch Victor get, what is that? How many stars does he have? Is that 54 fucking stars on his first run of this fucking level? Victor's gonna go ham on this game, guys. You thought this was gonna be like 7 episodes?
Zero
No,
deaths.
this is why we started the game. Because the first time I got the mandatory amount of stars and then I beat the boss guy, and then I fucked off and left the level.
Yeah, you did.
We are going ham this time. We're not gonna get 100%. That's not what I'm going for here. But
don't
we
get
are
too
gonna
ham.
get a satisfying number of stars in every level, guys. Alright.
Precisely.
Fucking, I'm changing the input. Switching over. Next, I want to